Garabakh is a source of human energy for the people of Azerbaijan. Everywhere you go, you will find a deposit of that energy. It is in the love of people who built the Museum of Ashik music. It is in the knowledge of those who engraved petroglyphs in ancient walls. It is in the piety and spirituality of the people who took 100 years to build the Friday Mosque. It is in the hands of women who entwined rich life stories into silk embroideries. When it comes to life stories of Garabakh, the one that is representative of so many families is the story of Leyli Hanım, who as a young lady was forced to flee her home in Khojaly. Having soaked in the energy of air, soil, forest, and rivers as a child, she has dreamt for 27 years of returning to the narrow cobblestone streets of her neighborhood. Life stories of Garabakh are sad, like the story of Khatira Hanım, who lives in Baku but imagines that she goes to bed and wakes up in her hometown, and who cannot water flowers without pain because they remind her of the family garden in Fizuli. Life stories of Garabakh are nostalgic, like the story of Siyavush, who often tells his children about the icy cold water in the mountain spring and the ripe fruits that he used to gather from under the leaves in the forest in Zangilan. Life stories of Garabakh are persevering, like the story of Rubina Hanım, who upon hearing about the liberation of Shusha, has committed to move to her father's hometown to teach math at school and rebuild her great-grandfather's home. All of these stories are stories of human energy. We have finally restored access to the energy that we need. Now the people of Azerbaijan can admire the breathtaking views from Hudaferin Bridge, guide their kids through the Museum of Bread, show guests the ancient Azik Cage and the Askeran Fortress, and walk through the unique oak forests. This collection is a tribute to the new reality we're living in. Every item carries atoms of that enormous energy that was hidden from our senses for so long. Through shapes and symbols, the collection transports us to the footstep of Hudavand Monastery, brings us into contact with a local tradition of carpet weaving, reflects on how people lived in the old town of Shehri Sharifan, treats us to the gifts of hot springs in Kalbajar, or pays tributes to courageous Hajar, who along with her husband fought for freedom of her people 200 years ago. A lot of life stories of Garabakh are rooted in the past, but now there are certainly much more that are in the making. Like the story of young Leyli, a granddaughter of Khojaly native Leyli Hanım. I'm confident the little girl will in the nearest future visit the restored town of Khojaly with her grandmother. Perhaps she will wear a little pendant from Resm depicting the flower bird of Haribilbir in the memory of those who lost their lives liberating her motherland. She will step on the cobblestone streets where her grandmother played as a kid, breathe in the air of the town of her ancestors, and will say, "I'm home. I am where I belong to."